In this video, we're going to be talking about the use of reference. So reference for an artist is huge. I think a lot of artists, when they first start off, they kind of discount how much time that they might need to spend actually gathering reference. And maybe they look at that time period as maybe wasted time where they could actually be working on something and creating something versus just looking at images and things like that. Well, I'd like to tell you that we've had a lot of reviews with industry professionals coming in, taking a look at young artists and their work. And the thing that we hear over and over again is that you need to have good reference for the different projects that you're working on. The reference that you find will help you make better decisions about the designs that you're going to make and the choices that you make and where you spend your time and resources for details and things like that. And also just for accuracy, for if you're going to be working on, let's say, human anatomy and things like that, right? It's good to make sure that you've done the research for these projects that you're working on. And that's basically what the reference is. It's research. It's you going out and discovering something that is maybe aesthetically pleasing to look at, but then also physically accurate, and you have all the information that you need to make the best decisions that you can whenever you're working on your projects. So we're going to talk about a few different things as far as like where you can go to find good reference. And what I used to do is go on the net and go scour through a lot of different forums and things like that and find images and make my own folder structures on my computer and kind of hold on to that. And it got super huge to kind of manage that and to keep track of things. What I found at a certain point is actually using Pinterest, and you can see if you go to pinterest.com/nickzook, and if you go to the boards, you can see the different boards that I've got and that I've built up over time. And so I've really done a lot of work trying to categorize certain things, be able to find different references that I like. The other thing that I really like about Pinterest is that not only can you kind of store these images that you're taking a look at, but you can also kind of discover a little bit more about the artist, right? So like it's not just an image, maybe there's links to other works from that artist, and so you might be able to find more. You might be able to find more information about that. So rather than just an image that's sitting on your hard drive, it's a really great resource to kind of find more and interesting art. The only drawback is that you can go down this rabbit hole of looking at one image after another, and it's a lot of fun. So if you got spare time to do that, that's great. But just be mindful of just how far down that rabbit hole you go and how much time that you spend whenever you're looking for your reference that you've got. And so I'm going to go back here. So again, feel free to go through the different boards that I have, and then you're going to be able to start to create your own boards. There's also ways within Pinterest that you can work in a group setting and share boards with other people. We've done that in the past where we've got these kind of shared boards and everybody kind of feeds into them. I have this just kind of catch-all board that I call Found Art, and it's pretty easy if you find something to click on it, and then you can edit this and you can say like what board you want to push this to. So you can create new boards, push it to that, and if you're in a group setting, you might dump everything on maybe a Found Art board, and then you can move it to specific boards, and if you want to move it out back to that Found Art, you can move art back and forth that way. So it's even really a good tool to use in a group kind of setting as well. So there's Pinterest, and the other thing that we can do is we can go on Google, and obviously you can go into Google and go to their images area, and you can find all kinds of great images there. Something that you just might not know that helps out is if you want to get higher resolution images, if you go to the tools and you go to size and you go to large, it's going to recategorize these and find different images that are much larger in the size that they're doing. So sometimes it's maybe easy to get to the image and be able to download the thing. Sometimes it's not. Maybe sometimes it's just a little bit tricky. So like if you ever find yourself in a situation where you can't download the image, there is a tool that I use that is on your computer, and it's called the snipping tool. And then this thing works pretty easy with some of the options that you got set up for this for the snipping. I like to use this mode of rectangular snip. So if you just do that and click new, you can click and drag out and does this, and you're able to just say file save as. So any image that you see on your screen, you should be able to capture that. So I might use that tool quite a bit whenever I'm using maybe Google or something like that, and it's hard to download something. The other thing that's kind of cool about this is if you do that snippet and you just kind of drag that on there, it copies it to your clipboard. So if you go to like you're generating an email and you want to post an image within there, it's really easy just to paste that into your emails. It's also very easy to paste that stuff into online like forums and things like that. So if you are just looking for a quick way to grab an image and then paste it in there, look for that as an option. The other thing I'm going to show you is ArtStation, and ArtStation has become pretty darn huge as far as artists showing off their work and everything else like that. So it can be a great resource to kind of turn to. I like it to where you can start to follow certain artists and things like that, and also you're able to go and make your own collections. So I've started to make some different collections and things like that. Not as extensive on here as what I have on Pinterest, but like I said, I'm starting to build some of these up, so you can see that I've found some different concepts and things like that that I really kind of enjoy, and these would be like nice projects that people could start to work on and kind of build from. So again, another area that's pretty great. The only thing from ArtStation is, I would suggest that you find these concepts from people and maybe you build from their concepts, but, there's going to be a lot of finished projects within there as well. So it just really depends on what that type of reference is that you're looking for. But you should be able to, with at least Pinterest, Google, and ArtStation, you're going to be able to find just about everything that you're kind of looking for.